YouTube, how the devil are we? Welcome back to another video. There was no video last week simply for the fact of the routine hasn't really changed, and I want to bring spicy content. I want to bring stuff that's interesting. But the reality is, especially when this goes out, 6 weeks out, so the last video was actually 8 weeks out. But the reality is, like, not really that much has changed. The routine's still the same, but we are at an all-time new low, which is good, of this prep. And the digging is almost coming to an end. But it was also one of those that, and I knew this would happen, but definitely at that point now where I'm fighting against my diabetes. So it's a bit of a challenging one from a health perspective, where got to put me first. There wasn't really anything interesting. Me and Lauren weren't going anywhere. The routine stays the same, but also it was one of those of having to walk very slowly in the aspect of just taking my time, because we both knew that with people with type 1 diabetes and trying to diet is very tricky, to the point that you could accidentally put yourself into a coma. You know, it's life-threatening. You have to be sensible with these things. So I had to prioritise myself because it was quite difficult. And I'm definitely at that point now where, because I'm so lean and pretty much there, I just have to be careful with what I do, because there's a lot of lows. Even now, leaving the house, at any given moment, my body could have a low and I'm by myself, and it could be a little bit scary. So, you know, I don't want to go into too many details, but, you know, life as a type 1 diabetic who's a natural bodybuilder, dieting for stage, it can be tricky. And sometimes the last thing I want to do is pick up the camera and start recording when I know that I need to prioritize myself, and ultimately we actually want to make it to stage. But this video is going to be interesting because I'm out for a walk now, so doing my morning steps. When I get back, I'm going to jump on the cross trainer, doing my morning cardio, 30 minutes. 15,000 steps is still a go, separate from cardio. Have breakfast, and then I'm travelling down to Cornwall to see family. Lauren's coming with me as well, so there will be a lot of actual interesting things. Whether we actually go out and do things, different story, but change of scenery, a little bit of a getaway, and overall it's just nice because Cornwall's lovely, the weather's nice, and we can just almost kind of relax because it's needed. Because, you know, me and Lauren are definitely in the absolute pits of prep. But are you even prepping right when, you know, you're 6 weeks out and you're basically hanging? Are you doing it right? Not saying everybody has to struggle, but there's going to come a point in prep where it just gets very preppy and everything becomes a challenge. Even just to go to the toilet, you're like, should I go to the toilet or should I just wet myself here? I'll probably just wet myself here because it's easier. So yeah, out now doing exactly what we need to do, especially before a long day of travelling. Hopefully traffic isn't too bad, but I know that sometimes Cornwall can usually take about 6 hours to get there. I think I nearly said the closest that prep is definitely prepping, because my brain cells don't work. The fastest we've ever got there, I think, was 4.5 hours, but whatever will be, we will be. We have all our food with us and almost kind of just make it as interesting as we can get for a lovely road trip. Before we dive into the rest of this video, we have got some special stuff coming up. Me and Lauren are launching something next Friday, so when this video should go out, should be next Wednesday. So go over to my Instagram, keep an eye, because we are launching something that is very special, very big, and huge opportunity for all of you. So definitely stay tuned with that. There has definitely been a lot more opportunities that have arisen, which is really cool. I can actually speak about one. Lauren is now an official sponsor with a lovely lady called Sophie, or SoPro. So Lauren is a sponsored posing coach, I think I'm saying that right, for the entirety of the whole show. There is something else coming with that show that involves me with the athletes, another potential partnership that I can't speak about, but then there's also another 2 things in the pipeline of partnerships, and something very big, a very big opportunity has arisen. Can't say too much about it. All I'm going to say is business in Dubai. That's all I'm saying. And bearing in mind, me and Lauren are going to Dubai next year for 6 weeks. We already booked that ages ago, if you don't already know. So when we are out there, best believe there's going to be a lot of content. But for now, it's about prep. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of fun things happening. We're traveling down to Cornwall to see some family. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
You look so pretty when you tell me that you love me. I wish that I could lie, but my mind gets in the way. I know you think that I'm always way too self-aware.
Alrighty folks, so training this morning, I've got chest and arms on the cards. Now obviously me and Lauren are down in Cornwall and we have a gym down here, thank God, that we can actually stick to. So I will show you some of the workout, I will show you the gym. The gym's actually quite funky, it's quite dark, majority of it's kind of black and red equipment. I'll just show you because it looks funky, the atmosphere. Well, actually, I was going to say the atmosphere is a vibe. I don't know about the atmosphere because it's quite clicky, but it's a good gym. It's a bodybuilding gym. So it's a gym for me and Lauren. It's not like we have to train in a pure gym or the gym group or any of those commercial facilities. If you do train in one of those gyms, like I do apologise, it's just not for me. So yeah, I'm going to take you through the session or some of the clips, chest and arms. Let's get a gnarly pump and maybe see how the physique's looking. It depends. Body dysmorphia is in full swing. So sometimes the hoodie stays on. But enough yapping. We've got to get this tuned in. Let's go train chest and arms. Oh, that was a hard one, but it's those moments in prep, especially those sessions, that you've got to make them count. It was hard to get into that session just because of how depleted I am, and you know, being 6 weeks out, like I've mentioned, you are not going to be like peak off-season energy. You are just not going to be sometimes mentally present. Just overall, there's going to be a lot more negative side effects to be expected when you are pushing. I've been digging hard for 4 weeks straight, but that session towards the end actually turned out to be a really good session. Done some posing. I'm not going to put my posing rounds in this video because as we start approaching stage, I want to be a little bit more secretive, not because anybody cares, but just because I just want to land the plane now. And I was actually very happy, very, very happy with how I was looking, which is a first. But now that I've just ticked off that session, from today, I've now finished cardio for a couple of weeks. Steps come down, food a food bump up tomorrow, just because obviously it's another high day. Shock, every time I do these videos, it's like, are you even dieting? I do high days every two weeks because it manages things and it works perfectly. So rinse and repeat the cycle. You know, if something's working, keep doing it. If something's up, or sorry, should I say, if it's not broken, you don't change it. So things should start freshening up because the body is heavily inflamed, which obviously is then going to cause a lot of water retention, which inevitably is then going to hide some of the lines. So steps is now down to 12k, no cardio. We are very lean. Like, I am very, very lean. We are pretty much at stage condition, and we are 6 weeks out, and now we can just cruise for a little bit. There will be a 2-week dig, but then that's it. That is it. It is one of those that I am battling my health now, and I've always said from day one, I will only push this as far as I can push it without putting my health on the line. And the fact that I can achieve this level of conditioning whilst having type 1 diabetes, I am very proud. And it's not like I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb on stage and look soft. I'm very shredded, but yes, my glutes aren't completely in, but I don't want shredded glutes. That was never my goal from the beginning. And now that my type 1 diabetes is playing up, we have to roll with it. And it's a case of cruising and actually land the plane. Do exactly what we set out to do from the start. But all of this is for me, and we are almost there. Sessions like today were brutal, hard work, but you make them count. We got through it. So obviously, because we're still in Cornwall, operation now is, well, I'm sweaty, so have a shower, but we're going to go Aldi first, top up the food, or shall I say stock up the food, shower, and pretty much just relax and eat. And then if there's any other journeys that me, Laura, and my family go on while we're staying here in Cornwall, we're only here for 4 days, but it's a nice little getaway. Obviously, I'll record the rest, but it's a case of relaxing now, which is bliss. Torturous.
I know. We will come back though and enjoy some
A
goodies.
few more months, and all of this is getting raided.
Apart from the alcohol, we don't drink.
Yeah, no, it's all sweet treats.
Okay.
And just like that, we are back. The travel on the way back was horrendous. It took like 7 hours, multiple accidents, stop, start, but we are finally home. So yeah, it's always good seeing the family. I haven't seen them in a while, so it was nice to have a catch up. Routine, everything remained the same, and overall success. But it's always good to come back, and especially when you're in the depths of prep, just kind of almost back to reality, even though nothing changed because the routine remained the same. Just back to reality, comfort, everything's just a little bit easier rather than having to pack about 1,000 bags. So as we get a little bit closer to show, that's when obviously it's going to get more exciting, because I'm definitely in that period of time now where it's a case of you're just playing the waiting game. I'm very shredded, I'm pretty much there. It's just playing that waiting game, and just the countdown is already counting down. It's doing its thing. So as we get closer to show, there's obviously going to be a lot more content. If you do have any other ideas of content, drop a comment. But that was the 6 weeks out vlog. So like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.